You know, Dennis Rodman brings an air of unpredictability to the Central Division. Who knows what next? Michael and Jordan and Reggie Miller kissing each other on the cheek before games? That'll happen when Kendall Gill is voted the most popular Charlotte Hornet.
Who will handle Dennis Rodman's hair? How will Chicago handle Rodman?
They won't have no problem with Dennis Rodman as long as they can handle what Dennis Rodman can put on the basketball floor and off the court.
Worm brings the Bulls the rebounder they sorely missed when Horace Grant left town. Rodman joins fellow All-Stars Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan, who is playing a full season for the first time since the 1992-93 campaign.
I know Michael's did a lot of work this summer, really preparing himself and getting back in basketball shape. I think he's got a lot to prove when he comes back and get back to the top of his game.
Right now on paper, we look like we don't have many holes, so let's see if we can turn that paper into reality.
All right, back again is our Minister of Information, Jack Ramsey. Jack, let's start with the Chicago Bulls. You like this team. 1 through 12, how do they stack up?
Mark, this is the deepest, most flexible team in the NBA. Remember, last season, after Michael Jordan returned, they went 13-4. That's a 60-win pace. Then they add Dennis Rodman, the league's best rebounder and a solid defender at the big forward position, to join Jordan and Scottie Pippen, already the best defenders at their spots. Now, Phil Jackson says he thinks the season's success depends on Luke Longley, but there's so much talent. He can mix and match, use center by committee as he's done before. This is a very strong team. It will win 60 games, win the division, and seriously challenge Orlando in the East.
Jack, Michael's still very much the man. Last year he said his basketball muscles weren't ready. That was last year. What about this year?
Well, Michael, each sport has its special demands physically. Michael will be ready. Last year he said it was more difficult than he had presumed, but he'll be ready this time. He has all training camp and the preseason games. He'll have his game all the way back.
Jack, what about the Pacers each year?
The Dennis Rodman era began in Peoria, Illinois, and he was in mid-season form. 10 boards, 4 points, and a mini scuffle with the Cavs' Charles Claxton. Michael Jordan led the Bulls with 18 points in his first preseason game since 1992. But it was the Worm who had the sounds after the Bulls' 25-point win.
That's what Chicago needs. Somebody come out here and be aggressive and don't give a damn what happens as long as we win.
Down United Center, Bulls and Bullets, and the toned-up Dennis Rodman with orange hair. Funny how Chicago fans used to boo these kind of Rodman antics, hustling for the rebound, knocking the ball away, diving out of bounds. Dennis scrapping on the floor for the rock, out-hustling Big Kevin Duckworth. 14 boards for Dennis, more out of bounds. Second quarter, it gets ugly. Luke Longley does not take kindly to an elbow by Chris Webber. Punches fly. Watch Rasheed Wallace with a punch behind the head. One fellow Tar Heel Jordan to another Rasheed. Calm down. Longley and Webber ejected. Then Jordan. Michael representing with the left hand. 18 points for Michael. Then Jordan. Look away dish to Rodman. Rodman hates to score, but he does here. Bulls take it 112-87. Dennis Rodman not involved in the fight, but the Worm did receive a technical foul. You knew he had to, for throwing the basketball at the shot clock in protesting a traveling call. Other Rodman notes of interest in his home debut. I told you about the 14 rebounds, the new orange shade of hair. The last 2 times the Bulls were undefeated after 3 preseason games, they won NBA titles. Cavs and